Let me go on to something that is in your expertise. As a journalist, if you took the many words and phonemes of a half hour, an hour interview and cut and pasted them to create a completely different set of answers to questions, what would you be doing?
Yeah, that would be typically that's a kind of deceptive editing. I think that was the issue in the 60 Minutes case.
Well, wouldn't you call it outright fraud if a person says X and you print Y? Wouldn't you be sued for it if you maliciously and deliberately change the outcome in order to affect an election potentially on behalf of a candidate?
It kind of depends on the situation, but I think most news organizations would be embarrassed to be caught doing that kind of thing.
And wasn't 60 Minutes and CBS embarrassed when they got caught?
Well, they settled in the case apparently, so I think that speaks to that, yes.
So in other words, they were embarrassed.
It would seem that way from the outside.
Well, I'm glad you're here today, and I just want to note for the record and ask it to be placed in the record. Last week, we put another piece of legislation in with Rep. Salazar, Baumgardner, and Gill that in fact specifically it provides for foreign government officials who engage in censorship of American speech to be inadmissible or deported. And I look forward to that going through the committee on a bipartisan basis.
Gentleman yields
and I yield
back.
back.